Does the name David Graham mean anything to you?
No.
And who is it that you were speaking to?
Matthew Mancini. We had arranged to meet up and go to the Christmas market.
But do you think you were looking forward to it?
Yeah, definitely. Just seemed like it was the right time to meet someone, meet them face to face. And then he sent me a picture of the Christmas tree that him and his nephew had been decorating. And I'm quite observant. I always look at all the details, see what someone's house is like. I love interiors. And I questioned why it was a completely different living room to the one that he sent me a few days before. And he got quite defensive and said it was a different part of the house. And I was just like, you're lying. And I just felt sick. Like, who is this person? It was enough for me just to block. And then I got bombarded with calls from a withheld number. I had, honestly, about 60 missed calls the first day. Missed call from no caller ID, missed call from no caller ID. I had so many missed calls and my voicemail was full. It wasn't like the friendly voice anymore. It was angry, frustrated, threatening. Just answer your phone, just answer your phone. He could not accept that I'd been caught out.
Did you think it was all over?
Yeah, I genuinely did. But then I get a message from someone I know on Facebook. There's a brand new profile. He's got the same picture, he's got the same profession, but a different name. Matthew Mancini. And I'm like, shut the front door, like, am I going to need to go through all this again? We worked out that Adele had started using Tinder and she's contacted a brand new set of victims. When you're catfishing on Facebook, you've got to have friends and family to make yourself more realistic. But as soon as Tinder came around, it made things for Adele a lot easier because she didn't need to prove who she was or who she was friends with. And she could get in contact with people even further afield. But there was definitely new things where I was like, you're a bit nastier and you're willing to put people down. So that's when I realised that it wasn't just happening again, but it was actually getting worse. Is there anything going to stop this girl? So at this point, I'd spoke to police, I'd spoke to a hospital, I'd spoke to all these people, and I'm like, well, if you're not going to believe me, I know who will believe me.
A year into working at the Scottish Sun, roughly, I spoke to Abbie Draper. I instinctively knew that this was a big story. This is a dictaphone recording of my first ever interview with Abbie.
I had a message on Facebook.
And she told me everything that happened to her. And I barely got a word in because Abbie was so keen to tell me everything that had happened. Straight away, it ticked all the boxes for a good tabloid story. There was so much on social media, and there was something that just drew you in towards this character. Adele Renie lived in a nice house, appeared to have a nice family around her, was smartly dressed. If you'd passed her in the street, you wouldn't have given her a second look. We obviously knew from the beginning that she was a nurse, and a lot of really kind things were said about her. We heard that she was one of the most attentive nurses on the ward. So there was a Jekyll and Hyde side to Adele Renie going on. I'm pissed. Heck. She looks like she loves a night out, and people were obviously quite happy to be in her company, and some of the women that I spoke to did say that she was great fun. There's not a hint of anything sinister about her at all. So there was a mystery around what was actually motivating Adele Renie to carry out this pattern of behaviour.
So the goal was obviously to get the story out there, but I also thought with the power of the media, more victims could come forward. So I'm thinking if maybe 10 to 20 women are going to the police and then we're all complaining about the same person, then surely the police are going to arrest her straight away. But at that point, I didn't even know myself like how bad what she done was.